Hello everyone, Seraphina would like to introduce you to a very confused scammer. Not that that's unusual. Well, using Seraphina is unusual. A scammer being confused is not at all unusual. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're thinking of eating or drinking during this video, I strongly suggest that you don't. He first contacted Seraphina at the end of December. Hello, he said. Hi. How are you? I'm very well, thanks. How are you? Well, I'm doing okay. And you? Nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you too. I don't recognise your name. Do I know you? Jackson Spearman by NEMA. Where are you located to? I'm sorry, said Seraphina. I didn't understand that. Could you explain, please? Where are you from? He asked. I didn't understand that, she asked again. Could you explain, please? I live in Glastonbury in Somerset. That's a nice place, he said. If the person that you're talking to tells you that the place where you live is nice, but then admits they've never been there, you know you're talking to a scammer. I live in Texas. What's your occupation? How old are you? You know, get all those questions in at once. Why not? I don't understand that, said Seraphina, copying and pasting again the bit where he'd said Jackson Spearman by NEMA. Please answer me. Please don't make me ask again. Could you explain what that meant, please? It's a typo. Oops, he said. I'm Jackson by name, and it's nice to meet you. Oh, okay. I thought it was the name of a place or a company. Nah, I got no company. LOL, he said. I'm just a doc. Orthopedic surgeon, to be specific. Remember that. How about you? I'm a spiritual lady. I work to bring peace and harmony to people's lives. Wow! Nice. First time meeting someone who's into all those things. Do you have, like, an office? Just curious to know. No, I work from my cottage. Where do you work? Where do orthopedic surgeon work? He said. Hospital. How's the weather like over there? Obviously, said Seraphina. Which hospital? Wet. What's the weather like in Texas? I always think of it as being hot there. Texas is actually cold, he said. Sorry for the late reply. I'm just trying to clean up a bit. Goodness, said Seraphina. I never thought of it being cold there. Where are you in Texas? San Antonio. I wouldn't think. Seraphina looked up the weather. Well, maybe it was cold for Texas. I don't know. I wouldn't think of 24 degrees C as being cold, she said, but I guess it gets a lot hotter. Wow! Said our man. Meaning? Asked Seraphina. 24 degrees is actually cold. I'm not a winter person. I love summer, and you'll find in quite a few of my videos that the scammers don't know the difference between centigrade and Fahrenheit. You'd be no good somewhere where it really does get cold. 24°C is hot enough for me, she said. Well, if you say so, said our scammer. Sorry for the late reply. The celebration here was wild. This was New Year's Day, so I had zero time to check for notifications on my phone. Happy New Year, and I hope this year brings happiness and long life. Thank you, said Seraphina. I had a quiet evening with my mother. Tell me more about yourself, please, he asked. Likes and dislikes, hobbies, and anything else you wish to share with me. My hobbies are yogic chairlifting and existential clog dancing. She said I like aerodynamic intermittentism. See, I can't even say it. You still haven't told me which hospital you work for. Nice hobbies. I work with the military, he said. I take care of soldiers, not civilians. Remember that? You told me you work in a hospital, she said. In fact, you were rather rude about it when I asked where do you work. And she pasted the bit where he'd said, where do orthopedic surgeons work? Hospital. I apologise for my attitude, he said, but I'm not perfect, if you look at it. We're at the start of getting to know each other. So being at the start of getting to know each other is an excuse for rudeness, said Seraphina. I'd have thought it would be the opposite, and you'd try hard to be friendly. So, are you going to tell me which hospital you work in? There was no reply for the day. You aren't going to tell me, she said. I suppose you aren't going to tell me. I'll light a candle to help bring you enlightenment. OK, he said 6 weeks later. Do you have a Gmail address? That's a very random question, said Seraphina. Have you reached enlightenment yet? Are you going to tell me which hospital you work in? I want to sleep now. Bye, said our scammer, who had 2 scammer obsessions there. 1, sleep. They seemed to spend a lot of time doing it. And secondly, getting out of here as quickly as possible when asked a question he couldn't answer. Talk tomorrow. You still haven't told me which hospital you work in, she said the next day. Send me your WhatsApp number if you don't mind, he tried. I'm sorry, said Seraphina. I only use WhatsApp with family, and you still haven't told me which hospital you work in. I don't think I want to talk to a man who refuses to answer simple questions. I can light another candle for you. Okay, he said. I work at Texas Health Harris Methodist Hospital, Southwest Fort Worth, 3 question marks. And you? Said our man, who previously said he lived in San Antonio. At last, said Seraphina. What I do hasn't changed since the last time you asked me. What do you do at the Methodist Hospital? I don't understand what you mean, he said a week later. Which bit don't you understand? Asked Seraphina. You don't understand what you do at the Methodist Hospital? The hospital where you told me you work? Or you don't understand that what I do hasn't changed since you asked me before? Hi, Seraphina Luna. How are you? He asked 2 days later. I'd be so much better if you answered my questions. Another member of the team by then had taken over. I'm a doctor that deliver pregnant women and also treat the Sikh people. S-E-E-K, if you're not looking at the screen, said our orthopaedic surgeon. You work with pregnant women soldiers? I'm a spiritual lady. I work to bring peace and harmony to people's lives. If the Sikh people you treat are seeking the truth or a more harmonious life, I might be able to help them. Hi, he said, another couple of weeks later. Hello again, said Seraphina. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well with you and your family. We're fine, thanks, she said. Long time, he said. I miss chatting with you. What's your mood today? I'm happy to hear that. You deserve to be happy, no matter the circumstance. I was thinking of you, so I decided to come online. How was work today? Which is scammer speak, for I don't have any other potential victims, because nobody believes me, so I'll go back to the existing ones. Today was good, she said. I have a lovely new online group who are just starting to bond and support each other. Then I visited a lovely lady in Wales who I've been helping towards enlightenment for 3 months now. Wow! Really? Can you join me in your group, if you don't mind? Yes, really, said Seraphina. How was your work today? Good, he said. What did you do? Are you married with kids, he said. My current group is ladies supporting each other. When I have a group of gentlemen, I'll let you know. I asked what you did at work today. I told you what I did today. I did well at work today, he said. Awesome, said Seraphina. What did you do at work today? For the record, that's the 3rd time I've asked. I answered you after you'd asked me just once. I deliver 3 pregnant women today, he said. Seraphina couldn't resist that, of course, especially because he'd put a question mark at the end. Is that a question, she asked. How would I know? Do those women come out of the womb full-term pregnant, or do they have to wait a few weeks before they can give birth themselves? Just a few days from now they will give birth, he said. Are you on Google Chat? Can you send me your email address so we can communicate more better than this? Why will sending you my email address mean we can communicate more better? She asked. Because, he said, I barely come online here on Facebook, but will always check on my email, and I've put that bit in for later reference. If you really want to email me, you can, said Seraphina, but I only check my emails once a day, usually. We can chat on Google Chat, he said. Please give me your email. So she did, and of course they moved to Google Chat. And over on Chat, it wasn't long before several members of Team Jackson got involved, and I'm quite sure I've said that before. I'm going to have to look and see which video that was. Hi, how are you, he said. So tell me, how long have you been single? When did I say I'm single? Asked Seraphina. Are you married with kids? He asked. I have a grown-up daughter who lives in India with her partner. I'm not married. I'm waiting for my new partner to finish his contract on the oil rig in the high seas of the Gulf of Mexico. He's been having such trouble. Only last week I had to help him pay for his leave permit. Please, can we know more about ourselves, said our scammer, and see how things go for us? I'm a widower, with a daughter. She schools there in the United Kingdom, just 16 years old. School does she go to? Asked Seraphina. Well, I don't know about your partner, he said, and his problem, and I'm glad we met at this time. It's been a difficult time for him, said Seraphina. He's hoping to get his visa this week, now that I've paid for his leave permit. Where does your daughter go to school? She attends Hurlingham Academy, he said. So tell me, how long have you been together? About 3 months, I think. I'm glad there's still opportunity for us being friends, and see if God have a purpose for our meeting on here, Seraphina. Are you still there? Yes. What do you think about us knowing more about ourselves? I don't mind stealing your heart, he said. And then a photograph of a man with a teenage girl. Where was that photo taken? Said Seraphina. It looks lovely. On a trip in Turkey, he said, and daughter decide to go for biking. Please, can I have a photo of you? My photo is on Facebook, said Seraphina. I never send any others online. It has such negative vibrations. Please do, he said. I just told you that I never do. I want to keep it saved on my desktop, Seraphina, he said. Are you one of those bullies who can't respect a lady's wishes? You can use the photo that I have on Facebook. No, never a bully, he said. That's good. So tell me, what type of a man will you want to spend the rest of your life with? My new partner is adorable, said Seraphina. He has big blue eyes. He's a regular gym user. He has an 8-year-old son named Kelvin who lives with his nanny. I feel sorry for the poor boy, but when we're all together, he can go to school here in Glastonbury. He's generous and always telling me how honest and sincere and trustworthy he is. I do like a man to be honest. That's nice, said our man. I'm a straightforward man, and I hate lies because it piss me off. I love a honest, caring, truthful, faithful and understanding woman. Ever since I lost my wife, I haven't found someone to talk to, but ever since meeting you, I feel interested in knowing more about you. My partner lost his wife too, said Seraphina. She died in a road accident while she was pregnant with their second child. So sad. It's very sad when you lost your loved one, he said. I lost my wife through a car accident, and ever since I feel lonely. You see, you'd have thought he might have twigged, but apparently he had no idea. Oh dear, said Seraphina, another road accident. The roads in the US sound so dangerous. I'm comfortable in knowing you more better, he said, and see how things go for us. I don't like when you block me from getting close to you with your partner. He's a lovely man, said Seraphina. I'm sure the two of you would get along well. My retirement comes up in 2 months' time, he said. That's nice for you, replied Seraphina. Please, will it be possible for you not to let your partner know about us? I feel jealous and don't want anything to come between our bond of friendship now. Oh, I can't do that, said Seraphina. You already told me you like a woman who's honest. I couldn't lie to him. I didn't say you should lie, just for the time being, so maybe he don't get jealous. Do you understand me, Seraphina? There's nothing to tell right now, said Seraphina. I only just met you. I can talk to anyone I want to talk to. Yes, that's true. So tell me, how many siblings do you have? I don't have any, nor does my partner. It's really sad. He told me he's the only child of his late parents. Things are hard, he said. I'm the only surviving son of my parent, and I don't consider having aunt or uncle after they all deprived me from my dad's property. What's your favourite colour? Oh dear, said Seraphina, you have such a similar story to my new partner. It's so sad. I wonder if I can guess your favourite colour. Smile! Go ahead, he said. Red and white, cried Seraphina. Blue and white, said our man. Blue signifies royalty, and white for peace. I was close, said Seraphina. Yes, Seraphina, he said. What's yours? Mine is green. That's very lovely. I wonder if I can guess your next questions. You're just so like my partner. I'm putting on a green shirt and a short here in my office, he said. Are you allowed to wear shorts? She asked. You give me joy. I haven't smiled for years now, but meeting you, I know there is hope. I don't normally wear shot to work. I'm in my office, preparing for my first cup of coffee, and texting you, Seraphina. And while he was typing this, The time in Fort Worth, where he claimed to be working, was 5:15 in the morning. I suppose that's a possibility. How lovely, said Seraphina. I am adventurous, romantic, sweet, caring, honest, loyal, and caring. I would not let the one I love suffer or break for any reason. I feel that prayer is the only way given to me. I am a knowledgeable person, a culturally astute person, someone with a broad view of life. I am not the kind of person who care more about possessions, wealth, and things than people and their feelings. I do love a knowledgeable man, said Seraphina. Have you read any of the ancient Greek philosophers? I have to go now. I have to go visit a lovely lady for her first session. No, Seraphina, he said. I like to read, though. OK, Seraphina. Please take good care of yourself, and always know I'm thinking about you. I will text you on my lunch break. How are you doing, Seraphina? He said a bit later. I'm on my lunch break, and wanted to say hi. Well, at least he kind of got the time right there. Are you all right, Seraphina? How are you doing, Seraphina? Are you there, Seraphina? Are you there, Seraphina? He said in the middle of the night. Did you meet the lady for her first session? Hello, Seraphina. Are you there, Seraphina? Good afternoon, said Seraphina several hours later. I just got home. Good afternoon, Seraphina. I'm so glad you texted. I figured out with Jennifer leaving for Easter break and decided to check on you. Who's Jennifer? Asked Seraphina. And what did you figure out? I hope everything's okay with the lady for her first session. It is, thanks. My daughter. She's travelling today to the state for holiday. OK, said Seraphina. Which state? So tell me, how was your day? I have two houses. I have a house in Illinois and California. Seraphina, said our man, who told her that he worked in Fort Worth and lived in San Antonio, in Texas. I'm pleased for you, said Seraphina. Which state is Jennifer travelling to? What did you figure out? United States, Illinois. Oh, you mean she's coming to visit you for Easter? I had to let her caregiver figured out the environment, and also with her pocket money, said our man. Kid or kids? Smile. That makes no sense, said Seraphina. Could you type it again, please? What, Seraphina? He asked. I had to let her caregiver figured out the environment and also with her pocket money. Doesn't make any sense at all. Seraphina, I'm working at the moment and won't be able to carry out this activities. She's the best to make sure Jennifer is okay. That doesn't make sense either, said Seraphina. Please type a proper sentence in English that means something. The name of her caregiver is Alison, replied Team Jackson. Please tell me what you meant by I had to let her caregiver figured out the environment and also with her pocket money. What's that supposed to mean? I mean, Alison will make sure the gardener and environment are okay. I can't make any deposit at the moment, and I pleaded with Alison to give her pocket money, said our man, hoping he might have managed to find a way of asking Seraphina for money, and completely failing, as you'll find out in a minute. Do you understand me now, Seraphina? No, I don't understand, she said. How old is your daughter? She's 16 years old, he said. Why doesn't she live with you? So tell me, how was your first session? It went very well, thanks. Why doesn't your daughter live with you? She decide schooling in the United Kingdom and will want to learn their culture. So why does she need a caregiver to come home for the holidays and stay with her own father? And you can give her money when she arrives. So tell me, what do you counsel? I help people achieve peace and harmony in their lives. Why does your 16-year-old daughter need a caregiver when she comes home to stay with her own father? I'm presently staying here at the hospital because of my job. My retirement comes up in 2 months. Why does your 16-year-old daughter need a caregiver when she comes home to stay with her own father? Doctors don't live at hospitals. Don't be ridiculous. I want to find peace and harmony again, Seraphina, he said. Why does your 16-year-old daughter need a caregiver when she comes to stay with her own father? And if she can't stay with you now, why don't you just wait until you retire in 2 months' time? You aren't making any sense at all. Where does she stay when she's in the UK? I'm presently stationed here, he said, and will be home in 2 months' time, Seraphina. Stop talking nonsense, she said. Please calm down, said Team Jackson. Well, Stop talking nonsense, said Seraphina. Why doesn't she come to Dallas to visit you? Whoops, Fort Worth. She can stay with you there. My job won't permit me to give her the time. Please stop talking nonsense, said Seraphina. There's no reason for her to fly to the US for Easter if you aren't even able to see her. She can fly home when you've retired. I don't believe a word you're saying. Are you a patient on the psychiatric ward? Making up stories? I'm a therapist, and I also take on delivery, he said, sounding like the pizza delivery person. Oh dear, you are a patient, aren't you? Said Seraphina. I'm sorry, darling. It must be difficult for you. I won't do that. I'm a straightforward man, he said. You clearly struggle with reality. I think that's the third different story you've told me about what you do. What type of therapist are you today? My life was miserable when I lost my wife, he said. I decided leaving the state still. I'm sure it was, darling, said Seraphina. What kind of therapist are you now? I'm a behavioural therapist. Was it the loss of your wife that started your mental health issues? It's okay. You can tell me. I treat all my clients with confidentiality. I help in treating mental health disorder. My job won't permit me to be with her. So tell me, what are your plans for the day? No, darling. Please tell me what started your own mental health issues, said Seraphina. Please stop, Seraphina. What are you doing? I'm just taking some screenshots, she said. It's okay. If you don't want to tell me your issues, I understand. I have no issues, Seraphina. But please understand that it won't be helpful to continue talking about your delusions. I won't ever lie to you, I promise, said our deluded scammer. No, darling, they're delusions, not lies. I'm sure you believe all the stories you've told me at the time. I'm saying reality, and I just want you to know I'm always open. I know they all seem real when you tell me them, she said. I didn't tell you stories, okay? Darling, you've told me at least 3 different things that you do, and I understand that each seems real when you tell me, but I also understand that it's likely that none of them are real. Seraphina, I work, okay? I won't tell you lies for any reason. I'm a hard-working man. I know you work. Most people work, and I'm sure each of those jobs you've told me you do seems real to you at the time. I'll never tell you delusion, he said. That's how delusions work. It's hard to tell which is reality and which is imagination. You did tell me your delusions, darling, and I'm sure tomorrow you'll have another occupation to tell me about. It hurt when you doubt me for no reason, he said. I've worked my life a doctor who deliver women and a behavioural therapist, said our orthopaedic surgeon. You might need to talk to your therapist about changing your antipsychotic medication, she said. I'm not sure that the one you're on is working effectively. Why do you find my occupation hard to believe? He said. Because you've told me several different occupations, darling. No, Seraphina, you can't be a gynae doctor and a behavioural therapist, and that's just 2 of the occupations you've told me. Where do you work? I work in the Texas Health Harris Methodist Hospital, he said. I'm gradually knowing you. I just can't stop texting you anymore, Seraphina. So that's 2 different places you work, and 3 different jobs. But I understand how hard it is for you to see your own delusions. That's how delusions work. What do you mean? I didn't tell you any different place of work. Why are you doing this, Seraphina? You did, darling, she said. I didn't, Seraphina. I work in the Texas Health Methodist Hospital. Yes, I know you think that today, said Seraphina. Here are all the things you've told me, darling. I don't know if it will help you understand your psychosis. And while she was chatting with him, I'd put together all the things he'd said, including I'm a behavioural therapist, I'm just a doc orthopaedic surgeon to be specific, I work at Texas Health Harris Methodist Hospital Southwest, I work with the military, I take care of soldiers, not civilians, I'm a doctor that deliver pregnant women and also treat the Sikh people, and I'm presently stationed here and will be home in 2 months' time. I guess that's one of the perils of being a team of scammers and not being able to keep up with what your fellow team members have said. I won't ever want to make you feel bad. I'll never lie to you, he said. No, darling, she replied. We've agreed they aren't lies, because we've agreed you believed them at the time. Anyway, I wish you good luck with your treatment. I'm sure your psychiatrist or psychologist will be able to help you back to reality. I'll never lie to you. Why don't you just calm down and understand my job? You keep talking about lies, said Seraphina. I know you aren't lying, darling. I know that each of those stories seems real at the time. I studied a lot, he said. This job's my job. But we both know you can't be an orthopaedic surgeon, gynecologist, behavioural therapist, working for the military, and stationed at a civilian hospital. So I think it's best if we stop talking. It isn't helping you back to reality, is it? It's making you worse. Please don't tell me this, he said. I'll never want to stop talking to you, Seraphina. I work all my life. And fairly shortly, he's going to demonstrate a stunning knowledge of scammer mathematics when he starts to tell you about how he's worked all his life. I suggest you contact me again, she said, when the medication is working better, and you can tell me what you really do and where you really work. I worked with the Broke Medical Centres as a surgeon doctor. You're not making things easy for me, Seraphina. I'm sorry, she said. It really would be best if we stopped talking until your medication is working better. I can see it's making things worse for you. Please stop, he said. I'll light a candle for your improvement, she said. Take care, darling. I'll hold you in my thoughts. Goodbye for now. I'm so happy finding you to talk reality, and we will meet some day, he said. Please don't go, Seraphina. I've worked all my life, and this makes you feel I'm not saying the truth. Please don't stop taking to me, okay? Are you there, Seraphina? Hello, Seraphina. I work as a surgeon doctor, before working with the Health Harris Methodist Hospital, working as a behavioural therapist, Seraphina. Do you get me now? Please don't tell me I won't hear from you ever again, Seraphina. What are you doing, Seraphina? Hello, Seraphina. My world would be boring again without you. Why'd you decide to leave me, even when we're just knowing more about ourselves? I'm still here, waiting and texting you, Seraphina. Where are you, Seraphina? Are you running away from me? You gave me peace and harmony knowing you. Why did you decide to ruin my day, Seraphina? Are you there now? What are you doing, Seraphina? Are you there, Seraphina? So tell me, how was your day? Meanwhile, before I read you the next bit, over on Facebook, you remember, the place he doesn't go, a man had reappeared. Whichever member of the team was working Facebook had clearly realised that whoever was working chat was confused, had read some of what Seraphina was saying about him having issues with reality, and felt that maybe he should step in and try and clarify things. I work as a surgeon doctor, he said, before working with the Health Harris Methodist Hospital, working as a behavioural therapist, Seraphina. I don't know the reason you're staying far from me. Please text me on Google Chat, Seraphina. I was medically discharged from the Brook Hospital, where I work as a surgeon doctor. At the moment, I work as a behavioural therapist, Seraphina, at the Texas Health Harris Methodist Hospital. When were you medically discharged? She asked. And why were you medically discharged? I had asthma 5 years ago, said our man. My wife calls me a lot, he said. She's all I got. I'm glad we met each other, Seraphina. I texted you on Google Chat. Let's text on Google Chat, please. To which Seraphina replied, I don't know what asthma is. Is it dangerous? And so, over on Google Chat, we'd just about got to the bit where she asked him on Google Chat, what kind of brain disease is asthma? I've never heard of it. It's a brain disease caused by lack of protein, he said. I can't find it on Google, she said. Are you sure this isn't another one of your delusions? No, Seraphina. How was your day? I'd love to believe you, darling, she said, but as I can't find it on Google, I think you probably made it up. I really do think you need to talk to your consultant about changing your medication. No, I didn't. Maybe not everything you can find there. I'm a very serious man, Seraphina. I'm okay, Seraphina. I think Google knows about most medical conditions. If you made it up, then Google wouldn't know. And I think even you know that you aren't okay. You really do need a review of your medication. Will our man get a review of his medication? How many more occupations will he claim? How many more places will he claim to live in? Will he ask Seraphina for money? This and other important questions will all be answered in Jackson Spearman, Episode 2. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like it, please share it, please comment down below, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in Jackson Spearman, Episode 2.